Hello, my name is Zettafire, and today I'm going to be teaching you all about long division, how to do it, and why it works. So let's get into it. So why do we even use long division? Well, it allows us to divide by or divide huge numbers. Any number you can think of can be divided using long division. So let me show you how to do it. So to set up a long division, we're going to have this symbol. That's our divide symbol. And the thing that we want to have divided, we put inside of here. So for our example, I'm going to choose 452. That's not a particularly nice number, but we'll be able to divide it using long division. And we put the thing that we're dividing by on the outside. For this example, I'm going to choose 3. So now let's get into it. So what we do first is we look at this first, whatever the first term is, and we say, how many times can this number go into this number? So how many times can 3 go into 4? It can only go in one time. Because 3 times 2 would be greater than 4. So it only goes in one time, and we put that in the hundredths place, in line with the number we just did that division by. So now we multiply 3 times 1, and that's equal to 3, and we subtract that from this place. So now we do 4 minus 3, we get a 1. Now what we do is we go to the next place and we drop this number down to go with the number that was already down here. So now we have 15. And now we repeat these steps, now just with the number down here. So we're going to do, how many times does 3 go into 15? Well, it goes in exactly 5 times. So we're going to put that here in line, and now we do 3 times 5. What's that? That is 15. And we subtract that down here from the 15. That's of course going to be 0, so I can put a 0 down there. And then we drop down. So now, how many times does 3 go into 2? It goes in 0 times. We're going to put that up there. 3 times 0 is 0. So we subtract 0 down here. Sorry I ran out of room, but that's going to be equal to 2. And then we look here, we have no more numbers to drop down. So that means our long division is done. So our answer is 150 with a remainder of 2. So the remainder is the amount that's left over. So what this means is that 3 does not evenly divide into 452. And when you try to do it, you're going to be left with just 2 left over. So when you're writing your answer, you can write it as just 150 with a remainder of 2, or what you could do is say it's 150 plus the remainder divided by the number we're dividing by. And this should make sense. I'll show you why. So the remainder is 2, and divided by the number we're dividing by, which was 3. So this is also the answer. And this should make sense because we can do the opposite of division, multiplication, to test our answer. So let's start with our top version of the answer then. So we'll multiply 3 by 150, and that equals 450. And then we have to add that remainder of 2 back on. So then we add 2, and then that becomes So yeah, that works. And then let's look at our other case. So we have 150 plus 2/3, and we're multiplying that by 3, right? So I can do like a parentheses and then multiply by 3, and we can distribute this into both, right? So we'll have 3 times 150 plus 3 times 2/3. 3 times 150, like we said, is 450. 3 times 2/3 is going to be 2. And so this is also 152. So that also works as a way to represent our answer. I also want to stress to you all to not be scared if something doesn't go into one of your terms. So let's go back to 452. And let's divide this time by 10. So we're going to put the 10 on the outside. So you're going to start and go to this first term, right? How many times does 10 go into 4? Well, it doesn't go in any times. It goes in 0 times. So we're just going to write 0 here. And we're going to keep it in line. So now we're going to do 10 times 0, which is 0, and subtract. And you get 4. And then you drop down the 5, and you get 5. How many times does 10 go into 45? It goes in 4 times. So now we multiply 10 times 4 and subtract. So 45 minus 40 is going to be 5. And then we're going to drop down this 2. How many times does 10 go into 52? It goes in 5 times. We multiply 10 times 5 and subtract. And we get 2. And then now we're out of things to drop. So our answer is going to be 45 with a remainder of 2, and we can write that as 2 divided by 10. 2 divided by 10 reduces to 1 over 5. So this is our answer here. And so the reason why this works is because we're going through the number that we're dividing and checking each place within the numbers. So in this case, the hundreds place, tens place, and ones place, and seeing what's gonna show up in those places when we have our answer. And to do that, you would divide this number into each of these individually, and that's what we're doing essentially, and seeing how much actually shows up and then what the remainder is, and we just keep doing that until we have our final remainder, if that makes sense. So I hope this video helped. Definitely ask me any questions you have in the comments, and yeah, thank you for supporting me, and I'll talk to y'all later.